Is Sons of the Forest worth it? I'll give you my opinion and everything I like and don't like about the game, and then you can base your own opinion off of all of that. Before we jump into it, please don't forget to like, comment, and share for the algorithm, and if you're new, make sure you follow for more content like this. In Sons of the Forest, you're a member of a team sent to locate and recover the Puffton family. When the game begins, you fly in on a helicopter that gets shot down and crashes onto the island. Once you awake, you will find yourself with another person or AI named Kelvin. Kelvin is your AI helper that will help you get logs, find food, cut down trees, things of that nature. He's rendered as deaf and mute and only listens to handwritten notes. You might be wondering why his head is so big, and that's because in the gameplay settings, you can change the head size to big head mode, which I thought was really cool because it changes the sizes of the animals and the enemies as well. That's a plus 10 in my book. From here on out, your mission is to explore the island and the caves located on the island. To navigate around the island, you're given a GPS that shows where the caves and points of interest are. And so from that point on, it just becomes about exploring the map, the caves, and finding clues to solve the mystery of what happened to these billionaires. Once you start exploring the map, you'll start to see the beauty in this game. The attention to detail in the surrounding areas is phenomenal. And what's so good about it is the nature. I feel like they've really captured nature very well in this game. When you're walking around, looking at the landscape, the trees, the sun, the sky, the animals, and hearing it all at the same time, it really paints a picture and is very immersive. And there's really something nice about a survival game that gets down the sound. Sound in a survival game is very important, and the sound of something cooking or birds in the distance or the wind, the way it rustles against the leaves. Just to be able to sit there and take it all in like you would in real life. That is what the forest has captured. And I feel like they really got the eating animations down as well. The attention to detail in eating is pretty cool. Something about your character opening that box of cereal or eating those noodles is just really satisfying to watch. And even cooler when the seasons change. The sound of the water in the distance, the snow crunching beneath your feet, you actually leaving a trail in the snow. A lot of games don't do that. And detail like that is important to me. Immersion, it's what I enjoy. Anything that adds to the realism. Or the fact that the ponds actually freeze over in the game. And when you pull out your backpack, you can see that you're visibly shaking. It's the subtle things like this that I feel like a lot of developers kind of put off in order to just rush a game and get it out quicker. So when I see something like this in a video game, it makes me really appreciate it. Even cutting down the trees is pretty fucking cool. Hitting the tree actually causes the snow to fall down on me. And you can see how when I'm cutting the tree, it shows the different particles and bark and parts of the tree flying out everywhere. It's things like this that make it to where I can play a game for hours on end and lose track of time. And I feel like they've really nailed the aesthetic this time around, where the game looks realistic, but also like a horror movie the whole time. The nature is beautiful, but something is unsettling about it, like you're being watched the whole time. And what makes it really cool is discovering a new area in the game, like a bunker or somewhere you haven't been. It gives you that feeling of discovery after you've traveled through these woods on this island that seems so large and undiscovered, trying to solve the mystery of what happened here. It gives you an ominous feeling, and you really feel like an explorer. The horror aspect really comes into play when you're in the caves or discovering a new bunker where it's barely lit and it's kind of hard to see. And what's even more impressive is that they caught that feeling you get when a storm starts. That calming feeling that kind of washes over you when you hear the rain start to fall and the thunder in the distance. It was almost like I could smell it. And then the subtle detail to a storm fading away and then the birds coming out in the distance. Honestly, this game felt like I was in a Bob Ross painting the whole time, audio included, with the caves being Bob Ross's nightmares that he never wanted to paint. If you played The Forest, the first game, to this game, then you would know that the katana was OP in that game, and it's still the same in this game. But now we have guns, and the guns, they're a little awkward, but it does feel good shooting the shotgun when you blast somebody away, and the reload animations are quality, I would say. But holding the gun and aiming down sights with the guns is a little awkward, and it does feel weird. But I think shooting a clan of cannibals and blasting them away and watching their body parts fly off, it outweighs the awkwardness for me. And then being able to sit on a throne made of human flesh. But what happens when you've discovered everything and it doesn't feel as fresh anymore? Is the game still going to be fun? I think it's just going to depend on the person. If you enjoy building, this game has a great building aspect to it. And I can see myself spending hours upon hours building things in this. But if you're somebody that doesn't really care for building, this game may not be for you because it is in early access and the story isn't going to give you that much right now. But with that said, they do let you know when they plan on updating the game on the main menu screen. And my hopes is that they continue to release content for this game and give new areas to discover, expanding the life of the game. I could easily see myself coming back to this game over and over again if they were to release content regularly. I would say the biggest issues with this game currently is it can feel a little unoptimized sometimes. Rarely. I did experience some FPS issues in some caves when I was opening up my inventory, but it is early access, and I know what game isn't early access these days, it feels like. But for a $30 game, I'm pretty happy with what I've got. Another issue I have is that sometimes it does feel like a walking simulator. The map is big, which I do like, but there's just not enough to explore at the moment, which again, early access, I know. I just wish they released it done. I don't know why people do early access like this. I guess they're trying to make money. Maybe that's why. So they got a deadline to meet. But if they update it well and they get content out on a good schedule and keep hype up for this game and listen to the reviews and the people that want things from the game, I can see this game doing really well for a while. Another issue I have is the inventory. It is a little weird going into the inventory, especially in the beginning. It's a little too slow, I feel. Trying to sort through and find everything can be a little annoying. You do get used to it over time, and especially if you put everything on the quick access bag, that helps out a little bit too. But the inventory does need some work, and it's scary as fuck when you're in your inventory and somebody comes up and starts attacking you. And as for bugs, I didn't really notice any game breaking bugs. There are some bugs that make some of the bodies kind of look like they're breakdancing a little bit. They'll be rolling around, which isn't a big deal. And besides all that, I think for $30, this game is definitely recommended. You should check it out. You should purchase it. Enjoy it. Don't rush it. Take your time and just survive. Have fun. And if you're having fun, that's all that matters. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Hold on to your britches. We're fucking going. Woo! Goddamn, I'm fucking speeding. Damn, I was hoping I was gonna get launched or something.